I set fire to the flame. And I set fire to the
Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down at Tefat.
हेलो एवरीवन सो मैंने डेलीज कर लिए थे, मैंने रेज़न पे फूक लिए थे। मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ तो हम करेंगे आज लेने की स्टोरी क्वेस्ट कि मेरे को बहुत सारे प्राइमर्स चाहिए। ठीक है, बहुत सारे प्राइमर्स चाहिए। तो क्यों चाहिए मुझसे कुछ नया बैनर ऐसा अच्छा सा तो सॉल्व गेंशिन।
Isn't that Charlotte?
ओए फोटो वाली दीदी, फोटो
I
फोटो।
see. So you believe that this warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a body double. Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case back in the day are in for a headache, but however this turns out in the end, the one thing it won't be is boring.
Couldn't agree more. As a journalist, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one. Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey! What a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here. Perfect timing. So, the Phantom Weasel's latest warning letter. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is the first time we're hearing of this one. Could you clue us in?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, this case is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it. Well, not to worry. You're in good hands because I'm a professional. The story goes like this. 10 or so years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of Fontaine. Known only as the Weasel, nobody knew his true identity, and the authorities never managed to catch him.
Wow, cool! He sounds like one of those mysterious night burglars that you read about in novels.
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good reputation. Our Weasel targeted whatever people held dear, and no one was safe from his predations. He would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday. I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor, but this guy did not discriminate. Unsurprisingly, this didn't work wonders for his public reputation. Every man and his dog wanted to see him behind bars.
Yeesh. So, did they catch him?
Not exactly. There's a good chance that the Weasel would still be at large to this day if it hadn't been for an accident 10 years ago. A magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched high-altitude escape performance. When the police went through his personal effects, they found a hoard of stolen loot and gadgets used for criminal activities. And that was how the Phantom Weasel's identity was revealed to all. Sure enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. But today, 10 years on, the notorious thief has once again issued one of his warning letters and pasted it on the gate of the Opera Epiclese for all to see. I had to squeeze through the crowd this morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's this one.
So, this is the warning letter, huh? Let's see what he wrote. 3 days from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the Opera House, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent. After years of laying low, the Phantom Weasel is back with a vengeance. What once seemed like an open and shut case has been blown wide open again. But why has he reemerged now, and what does he want? I sense an epic scoop, and I'm going for it.
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value, does that mean even we might be targeted? Really? Oh, let him try! In fact, Hyman's gonna eat all our snacks right now! Let's see what he can do about that!
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear that the public are very concerned about the Phantom Weasel's reappearance. Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes. Yep, that should be enough to form the skeleton of my article. It does feel like something is missing, though. Something exclusive. Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the Weasel. Is that who I think it is?
Lenny!
Lenny, Lenny. Okay. Like that way. Looks like he's performing some magic.
Magic. Magician. Caesar! The Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview Lenny! You see, the original Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too! And what do Phantom Thieves and magicians have in common? They both have an air of mystery about them. Perhaps there's a connection there.
Are you serious? What sort of a deduction is that?
Oh, relax! My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go! No time for delay! Mr. Magician? How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can read other people's minds.
Really? Then, what am I thinking now?
Well, first you need to relax, because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You're trying to You snuck out from home.
You can tell? Oh boy. You really can read my mind.
Of course. Oh, and that's the end of my performance. You should really be heading home. Remember to apologize to your family, all right? They must be worried about you.
All right. Got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Hey?
Why, hello. We meet again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
Well, why don't you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
Oh, please. You didn't believe that spiel, did you? The power of telepathy is quite beyond me.
I'm sure that child would beg to differ. Seemed like you were right on the money.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an educated guess based on that, plus the fact that he was the... You guys, on the other hand...
Wow. Got it in one.
Wait, really? His warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest news about the Phantom Weasel. So, Linny, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance?
To be honest, it makes me angry.
Angry? Why?
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
Huh. What are the chances? Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
Well, if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention of the Weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch my show. But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin my big day. This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel's identity before the show begins.
Really? So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief? Wow, this has exclusive written all over it.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
You're being far too modest, Linny. I think...
Thanks for the compliment. A lot of people like in Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower. Just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
It's good.
That's the question. Where did it go? Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
A surprise? Let me see! It's right there! But how?
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Linny, it seems that my...
Don't worry. Since Caesar...
I can imagine. Coming back to your for example, magicians often use rainbow roses in their flower-related performances to represent passion and romantic encounters. But you used a Lumi-Do spell, which, if I'm not mistaken, allude to separations. I'm curious to know if there was any deeper meaning behind this choice?
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. But I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about floral symbolism. I'm just in the habit of using Lumidu. It sounds like something I should look into, though.
Well noted. Please feel free to get in touch. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. You've given me lots to work with here, and I've got no time to lose.
So, Lenny, are you gonna tell us how you did that flower trick now?
I'm afraid that's my little secret.
Aww. Well, magicians are entitled to their secrets. But Paimon's really itching to know how it's done. You feel it too, right? So itchy.
Not so itchy then, huh? Well, since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve as my temporary magician's assistants and help me investigate?
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians too! Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done! Shall we go for it?
Excellent. Thank you for putting your trust in moi. The first thing we need to look into is who Caesar really was. If he truly was the Phantom Weasel, that means that the Weasel is dead, and whoever wrote this warning letter is just a copycat criminal. But if he wasn't the Weasel? Well, that'll make things more interesting. It would mean that the Weasel lives, and he's been laying low all this time in some corner of Fontaine. And if we're investigating Caesar, his fiancée Gemma is a good place to start. Word is that she visits the cemetery often, so I asked Lynette to wait for her there. We should make a move. Let's go and rendezvous with Lynette.
Fresh fruit, sweeter than syrup.
We get a flower just because he tricked
You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Lynette. We're working as Lenny's temporary assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around. Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiancée? Sure I do. What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself. I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away? Oh, so 10 years.
I'll bet. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Normally, she'd be sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck asking some other people.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome. I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't. But what if, just hypothetically, I mean, what if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something? Give me a break.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy, or words to that effect.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a little bit about Caesar?
You've come to the right people. Yep, I was there. Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street. He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside. I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once, but for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really incredible stuff.
I saw him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done. Sometimes, he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Huh. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the Weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time. Oh, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to ask.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something's wrong? Wait, it looks like she's injured. Come on, let's see if she's okay.
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid, we mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
My name is Linny, and this is my sister Lynette.
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the Weasel.
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
No, not that I know of.
Got it. All right, sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Bourg tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
है भाई, it is your stream for the day. हाँ, okay. What I need to do is change the time. क्या चल रहा है डगोटकुन, क्या चल रहा है? डिनर डोनर हो गया तुम्हारा, डिनर डोनर? You done with dinner? मैं फोन पे देख रहा था, मैंने अभी देखी चैट टू बी ऑनेस्ट. कितना दूर है? ओ बीच में चेस्ट दिख रही है मेरे को बिल्कुल सेंटर में. बट मैं अभी चेस्ट के लिए नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं पहले स्टोरी क्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा. स्टोरी क्वेस्ट हो जाए मेरी एक बार. ओए बच गया. कूदने वाला था भी नीचे बिल्कुल एकदम सटाके में चले जाता हूँ मैं तेजी में ज़ैं करके.
Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency plan. Today, we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant. When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the only one privy to all his magic secrets, and he inherited his craft. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master, and it made him very wealthy. He's since left the magic scene, though, and these days, he's a wealthy businessman with his fingers in a lot of different pies. I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me. Be warned, though, I hear he's got a hair-triggered temper. We'd best be careful.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with.
My apologies. These 2 are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it...
Oh, forget the pleasantries. Just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the...
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase.
Much obliged, sir. Yesterday morning, I have to get to the bottom of this to...
What is there to investigate? Caesar was...
Please, sir.
Possibility the weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead you nowhere. Look, if this affects your magic show in any way, I will personally compensate you for any losses.
Oh, sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell me, what exactly are you seeking to do?
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity. I have to know for myself what really happened 10 years ago.
What would that accomplish? And what do the events of 10 years ago have to do with you, anyway? Look, you of all people should know that a magician never reveals their secrets. And in any case, dead men don't talk. So if you really care about your magician's pride, then you'll forget about Caesar and move on.
Uh-oh. This is getting awkward.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh, it is you! I know that big, booming voice anywhere. What's up, my man? Want to grab a drink with me?
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on! You can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young. You gotta learn how to kick back and relax once in a while.
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get out of my face and go be drunk somewhere else.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey! Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times. This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this guy the whole time I've known him. And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something? Anyway, point is, a lot older than when he first got rejected by the girl he was into. And he's still into, from what I hear.
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink. All right, I'm gonna leave. Don't work too hard.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Lenny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular...
Totally. And what was... He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a...
I think so too. We need to look into Lorenzo more. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. He only just left. Let's see if we...
पकड़ना है दारूबाज को. नशेड़ी ओए इधर आओ ओए पौसड़ी के बहुत पीली तू इधर आ बात कर बात मुंह हाँ बदतमीजी कर रहा.
You okay there?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I say wait.
So, he was...
Hey! Don't go
What kind of bad...
Don't even take... That's not a good...
And there he goes.
Shh! Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourself?
So you're Linny. And where's your sister? Ain't she with you today? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you?
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Looks like we can't avoid this fight. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Don't worry, we got this!
कुटाई करनी है लोगों की अभी कर देते हैं
Cleanup sequence in the...
Stay clear!
Close your eyes. Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are always trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on the
Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with them! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said just before they left? Something about intimidating someone else. Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic, and they've already done it to someone else, but... You're right. She was injured when we saw her yesterday, and she acted like she had something to hide. Maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because those guys had threatened her.
Well, if that's the case, she should be more willing to open up to us once she learns that those thugs won't be bothering her anymore. Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get any information from her.
हेलो नीचा जी कैसे हो नीचा जी तुम आ गए मैं रोल करूं मेरे पे 10 रोल हैं मुझे आज पीटी भी चेक करनी है मेरी कितनी है ठीक है क्योंकि मैंने चेक नहीं करी बहुत टाइम से 2 4 10 20 20 25 25 के बाद 30 30 के बाद 35 35 के बाद 40 40 43 पीटी पे हूँ मैं सारे रोल कर दूंगा तो मैं 45 प्लस 10 55 पीटी पे आ जाऊंगा ठीक है तो पहले मैं 2 रोल करता हूँ ताकि मैं 45 पे 35 पे 45 पे आ जाऊँ नो आजा 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 बन जा पेड़ नहीं बना पेड़ तो अब हम हो गए 45 पे नीचे ठीक है अब हो जाएंगे हम 55 पे 3 2 1 निकोल बूम आई विल टेक अ प्रोन एज वेल यप आई विल टेक अ प्रोन प्लीज नो रेजर प्लीज नो रेजर नो फिचर प्लीज एंड थैंक यू घंटा मिला है मेरे को घंटा किसका बजा दूं मैं अब मेरी लेने थी लास्ट तो मतलब ये 50-50 है क्योंकि लेने वॉज मेन कैरेक्टर लेने मेरी जल्दी आई थी लेट आई थी मैं 50-50 हारा हूँ इससे पिछली वाली जीता हूँ इससे पिछली वाली देखनी पड़ेगी अब तो ये भी मेरे को लेने मेरी जल्दी आ गई थी जहाँ तक मुझे याद है नहीं चेक कर लेते हैं मेरा लास्ट 5 स्टार क्या था किचिंग विच मीन्स मैं हारा हूँ तो आई एम ओके विद दिस ठीक है हार गए थे हम किचिंग पे तो परफेक्ट है किचिंग से पहले ज़िबाई आई थी और बहुत जल्दी आ गई थी ठीक है ज़िबाई से पहले क्या हम 50-50 हारे थे नाउ दैट्स द क्वेश्चन ज़िबाई से पहले क्या हम 50-50 हारे थे ज़िबाई बहुत लेट आई रे ज़िबाई से पहले हम 50-50 हारे थे तो टेक्निकली मैं 2 50-50 हार चुका हूँ अभी जिसमें हम डीलुक आया था और फिर ज़िबाई निकाली है एंड देन किचिंग आई थी एंड फिर लुमी किचिंग से पहले देखते हैं इससे पहले देखते हैं डीलुक से पहले कौन था मेरा 5 स्टार एनएफा आई थिंक एनएफा वाज लाइक अ गारंटी वन एनएफा से पहले कौन है वो क्रॉनिकल से आई थी आई थिंक एनएफा जहाँ तक मुझे याद है एनएफा से पहले कोलम्बीना है सो विच मीन्स अभी मैं 2 50-50 पे चल रहा हूँ मैं क्रॉनिकल नहीं ला सकता फक ये डेफिनेटली 50-50 है। तो अगर मैं ये वाला 50-50 हार जाता हूँ, उसके बाद मैं अगर निकोल निकालता हूँ और उसके बाद अगर मैं डुरीन के लिए जाता हूँ और वो जल्दी आता है तो मेरे को मिल जाएगा, क्योंकि वो फिर क्रॉनिकल होगा। गणित करनी पड़ेगी। मतलब मैं 55 रोल कर चुका हूँ, मुझे भी 50 रोल और चाहिए। 50 के बाद मेरे को फिर 100 रोल और चाहिए। Oh my lord, Kuzanali.
Gemma?
100 rolls is basically मेरे को 9 roll
You
per day
again.
चाहिए.
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and we gave them a taste of their own medicine, so you can relax.
100
What?
pull चाहिए मेरे को नीचा.
So,
That's putting it. It's been 10. How do I know?
I'm afraid because you see, I've heard that. Do you know where it is?
The flu was so. I also know.
Understood.
Got it. But if I'm staying...
I mean,
Okay.
नीचे 100 रोल चाहिए. नीचे मच्छी वाला से सब्सक्राइब करा दे.
if Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. There we go. It should be just down here.
नहीं मिलेगा ना मेरे को बाय डिफॉल्ट फॉर पायरो, सो आई डोंट थिंक सो आई नीड पायरो टीम. यप, डेफिनेटली पायरो वाला काम होगा, मैं पहले से कर लूँगा. अरे अब हाँ.
So this was Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets?
भेंडर गई, भेंडर गई.
Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Go get him, Aiden! Oh, the door!
A moonlit night for all.
Go, Lumi!
Without further ado, smite to dust.
Whoa. Look, the doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on the doll. Let's take a closer look. These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Got it. We're supposed to find the box that lit up at the start, right? There should be another wish list inside. Let's keep trying. That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. There's a distinct lack of mystery. We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha! If I just move this book, then hopefully... it...
A secret passageway! How did you know?
I'm a magician too, and apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and take a look around.
I did saw a chest somewhere, right? Yep.
Surge.
You got this!
Be cleansed.
It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
All right, see you in a bit. We can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh? Thick as a brick!
At one of my shows has a joke, so I wound up... It seems like surely I have a good... They have also... They wanted to call with time. Gemma thinks so. 2 children came to... Anyway, I told them that... It's nearly time. I once over... It's only been... They're very... They hide... That's the thing. I can sense that after thinking P.S. P.P.S. Oh, see...
2 magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and... So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? What?
hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking. The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy. He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall, not without a vision at least. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since. My understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his notes and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one else tries to do it. Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go?
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trap door onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. That takes an exceptional degree of showmanship. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician. But unfortunately,
So, how did it go so wrong?
I can make a I looked into the case files.
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic, but the essence of and so, but in his most stressful, exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been, but I'm sure. So he opened, much like when instinctively, with the stakes being as high as they were.
But in reality, but
It would have to have been, isn't that right?
There's not a lot of people, but I gave you your chance. I hoped you'd do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but...
you mean Gemma? So you are the one who's been threatening her.
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability. But you people, you never even knew him, but for some reason you just wouldn't. Which is why you can't leave this place alive. Take them out, and make it quick.
Do your worst.
While the light shines bright, begone, shadow!
Surge. A new moon rises.
Shine like a gemstone.
Lofty wisdom will show us the way. Be cleansed. Smite to death.
Bam.
Had enough yet, Lord? I think it's high time.
He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed their hats to me.
So it was jealousy.
Jealousy. He poured everything into his... But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had. He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their mora. There was nothing he hated more than that. And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of... I had to kill him. There was no other way.
And this was your...
It was reason enough. What other motive?
Well, I was under...
In love with Gemma. Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then.
I am. Caesar was so strict with me. I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah!
That's just how I stole cheap.
So, that's the...
What choice do I have? So be it.
Very well. Traveler, Paimon. Keep an eye on Loren...
Chest. 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 Am I done with Lena quest like within 1 hour? That's way too fast, to be honest.
Luni has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
Look who's finally developed a conscience. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it, because they'll be hell to pay.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny?
Let's rendezvous...
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away. It'll give her some peace of mind for sure.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick.
You're third? Lynette, come on. We've talked about this. Everything in moderation.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and...
That's besides the...
Did everything go okay?
Of course. Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we...
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry, I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but
It's okay, we understand. He did threaten you. Paimon would find it hard to trust strangers in your position, but you don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's...
I was so afraid. Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, it looked like they got along great. And to think that lowlife's been living life to the... at least his soul.
Don't blame you.
Yeah. Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing this show will be
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon, don't be late.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we gonna... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Paimon's excited to see another of Linny's magic shows! Wait.
Not this time. My brother's going solo today, so I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's ready because the show is about to begin. The great magician Linny has prepared a spectacular show for us all tonight, concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
Wow! A new trick!
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Children love him somehow. I felt drawn to him too. So, I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
Aw, that sounds so romantic. What trick did he do?
It was with a flower. He took it in his hand.
Oh,
Is that right? After all, you never...
That's right.
Right. Yes, you can breathe each...
See? Eat the Phantom Weasel! Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their... But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain... It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act?
What are you talking about? Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief... The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please...
The Phantom Weasel never did like public place. Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon.
हाँ
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup.
Lenny? Lynette accused Gemma of being—
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask.
Really? Well then, let's hear it! Paimon—
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Linny?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady
Wait, but why would Lorenzo agree to that?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious. Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
An excellent—
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to some—
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand. Why would the real weasel have targeted things that only—
Of course, if I left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. This was her once again. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts. Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles. I detest the happiness of others. I will rob them of everything they hold to be good.
That's some...
Does this story...
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for...
Huh. 'Cause without that, none of this would have...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. Linny. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat?
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Stillish. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids. It's been so long, and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you. He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why? Because you feel like you still owe—
We remember all our debts. However, 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cared. But we did not forget.
And? What exactly did you take from me? I'm still standing, as you can see.
Free? Caesar once told me that even though the world is filled with lies and falsehood, I think that applies to you. Life took many—
What are you trying to—
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful— Back to Lorenzo. He knew who you're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee—
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom—
Gather around. I'm sure you're all
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that we have now learned.
Guess that's my Traveler, Paimon. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight.
Lenny, you two, you don't have to tell lies to end up ice—
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lenny said,
but what about Gemma?
she'll figure out what's best for her soon enough.
All right. Well, let's go and watch Lenny's finale then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
Before I go watch this trick, I just must go to washroom. I urgently need to go.
I used to take long walks in Silver Moon Hall every day, so don't worry about me. I can keep up.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished, right in front of my eyes. What a heart-stopping magic show. This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
Whew. Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, oh, you mean the one where Caesar's buried? Yeah, that's probably it. This whole Alright, let's go look. Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh. I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning, and sometimes I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final... Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until...
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't you? When was that?
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we approached... I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers. I'd watch their tricks and try to figure out how they were done. But I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. What I saw was the polished final performance, but the rigorous training they put in behind the scenes remained invisible to me. I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes, we figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to— In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, we hid so— For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, but in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in, what amazed me was how the trust is—
Lenny.
Still worried, but don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house of the hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. That night, to keep secret, you only realize how much someone really
Yeah, we've had the delicious, you know, Traveler. Doesn't that kind of make—
Exactly. It's the same. Life has taken place. That's why the dark— All right.
It was amazing,
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly—
Aw, come on.
Oh, all right then. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar!
Huh?
3?
Now, have another look around.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! Oh, but more importantly, Paimon—
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing—
Is that—
look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good— I look forward.
Shall we head back down too? Oh, but let's head to the steam—
Ending the story quest in one go, one sweep.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, please, Lenny, I'll only take a moment of your time, if you would be so kind.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning. But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel all along.
That was quick.
Too late, bro. That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Please, fill me in.
Whoops.
Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with Lenny's performance last night.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her 10 whole years?
Well...
Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. Quickfire question! Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Lenny did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Lenny started using rainbow
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you than—
No, I just...
What now? Oh, did Paimon say something wrong again? This is getting pretty awkward.
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, forgive my persistence, but when there's apparently— All right, I guess I'll leave.
Lynette?
Don't worry,
Oh, really?
Phew.
Please, take... I'd be really upset if...
Are we done? Yes, we are done, baby. Primos तो ज़्यादा मिलेंगे. I will go by this. अब मैं देखूँ जरा. विज़ली की स्टोरी क्वेस्ट करें. विज़ली की स्टोरी क्वेस्ट. और किसकी स्टोरी क्वेस्ट बच रही है? स्टोरी क्वेस्ट कैसे देखते थे? मैं एक्चुअली भूल गया, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. क्वेस्ट रिव्यू नहीं. ट्रैवल लॉग नहीं. Story quest, yes. So this is Natlan, that is completed. This is आपके लिनेट की नेवी, इसकी नेवी क्लेम कर सकते हैं? क्लेम नहीं कर सकते हम. I've reached like so many endings. Chongyong, for some reason I'm not able to do it. Nicole, so like basically how many primos I have here? 40 primos here, that's an easy one. Then Noel can give me a good load of primos. No, not gonna start that. Then we have Setos. How many story? Let's count the number. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more story quests to complete for 4 star. And यहाँ पे कितनी बच रही हैं? I think I've completed all the rest of them. Did I? This is take, which means this is completed. Can we redo? I don't think so. This is completed. This is completed. All of these is completed. All of these is completed. All of these. This. और so विज़रो और साइनो की रहती है मेरे पे. हाँ 2 स्टोरी क्वेस्ट. और ये कितनी गिनी थी मैंने? मैं तो गिनती भूल जाता हूँ भैंस क्या. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 10 11 टोटल 11 कैरेक्टर स्टोरी क्वेस्ट रहती है मेरी. एंड ये सब हो चुका है. इवेंट क्वेस्ट भी हो चुकी. ट्रैवल टेल्स भी ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. और चीज़ न्यू. दिस इज न्यू. यप. बूम एंड बूम बम. ट्रैवल टेल्स में यहाँ पे कितना है? 2 3 4 5. I still need 5 more to do this. Travel logs to be continued. I think this is the Archon quest. This is taking us to. I guess my Archon quest is fully completely like all sort of angles, to be honest. Here at Nordcry, we are here. Story collection quest. Yeah, this is done. Right, so I can just go back. Story collection quest. I think this is all done. Yeah, this is all done. Then we come here. I think this is also done. Oh no. I think this is basically, yep, that's why it's not done. So I'll just keep that in mind. I guess showing as take, which means it's all done. It's not done because I think I'm left with these 2. Yes, so basically it's telling us it is not completed here. And then everything is completed here. I think there's a few characters left for, yep, the ID basically. This is all completed. This is all that I completed earlier, so I think I'm good to go with all the Archon and the story quest, to be honest. See the component. These were the hardest one, right? I'll do them later. What is this? Talk to Klee, talk to Yao Yao. Okay, yeah, I can do this. Actually, I can do this. I forgot this. So We can go ahead and do this. Get the primos. Talk to Klee, Sayu, Yao Yao, and Chi-Chi. So this is Sayu. We will just talk to them today. We are good
You're
to go.
sleeping again? Are you? Yeah. Gina? I knew it. Okay. Not your. Oh, Gina's my imaginary friend, by the way. She's invisible. Huh. Paimon never.
I think I don't know.
But
Listen, these
before,
are
besides,
you
you know, holding your own and really.
I just need to talk to all
Great.
of these.
I have this ninjutsu device here that you can use to train with her. I've been so busy with the other little Wait. What? This device is for. I don't need help. It's Gina. That's what I'm. So.
Perfect. I don't want to do the mission to be honest right now, so I'll just claim all the rewards. Then we need to talk to Klee, right? Talk to Sayu is done. Talk to Yao Yao and Chi-Chi. I'll talk to Yao Yao and Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is quite good. I mean, I don't know. Chi-Chi.
You can't just drink sugary stuff. I told you how many glasses of water to have a day. Still remember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Chi-Chi is cute by
no.
some strange reasons.
It's okay. That's what I'm for. Your personal hydration assistant. No better time than the present. Here, have some now. Aww, you really look out for Chi-Chi, huh, Yao-Yao? Traveler, Paimon! Perfect timing. What kind of snacks do you like? Paimon's bag is full of snacks, too. Pick out whatever you like. Snacks and toys are meant for sharing. Oh, this is the toy Auntie Cloud Retainer made for us. She built a lot of fun adeptal arts into it. After she heard from Master that we were coming to Inazuma, she lectured us all about being safe on her own. But she didn't think telling us would be enough. So she made us this mechanism to play with. Be home before dark. Tuan Tuan and Yue Gui go together. Chi-Chi and Yao Yao have to hold hands. Yep, that's what she said, huh? Auntie Cloud Retainer's adeptal arts are amazing. She's a cute little finch. Just as adorable as Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's obsession with finches is suddenly... Yue Gui is... Oh, right. Just in case your Tuan Tuan's grown too. Aww. Oh, shoot.
So I'm done with Chi-Chi's here. I just need... Where is Prawn? Okay, Prawn is over there. So Klee से बात करके Prawn की तरफ चले जाएंगे.
Find any good toys to bring, Klee?
Later, I need to sleep. It's
You want every...
11:45,
It's not
time to
danger.
sleep,
You
so
guys should come play
15 more
too.
minutes,
Huh?
and we will
No, not that Dodoko. The Dodoko... But a lot of Dodokos live in a different place most of the time, so you haven't met them yet. A different place? Yeah. Back in Mondstadt, Prune showed me a picture book about it. She said that place is a made-up world for kids, and Dodoko is my imaginary friend. But no matter where Dodokos come from, Mom always finds a way to bring them here to play. Like this time, she put Dodoko in a magic toy. Yeah, we've seen all kinds of Dodokos at this point, but it still feels amazing. So you gonna play bombs with us? Please, please! Leveraging elemental combinations to boost damage. The Cryo Whopper faced with it hunting training revised. Draft 16. What you writing? Whoa! Well, whatever. In that case, see this book here? I know it. Oh! Symbiote. So? Huh? Shoot. Oh, that just means you're super good friends. Huh? We have a friend. The Traveler's got a pretty impressive. Of course, but you join my. Looks like the Little Witch's tea party is ready.
This isn't the tea party. What the fuck? Thank you guys, and I think this is done for the day. It's almost 12, so we'll just go and sleep. Bye bye.
I don't think.